cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to cs.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Case. Big update and new features in the case battles. Updated and convenient interface with new options. Up to 4 users can participate in one battle now. Create and customize your battles, any number and any type of cases. Choose the number of participants and invite your friends with a unique link. Watch the best drop and win everything. Don't miss epic battles on Hellcase.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our second and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, our last fixture for the day. It's Nemiga versus adwokacik. Gonna pronounce that written name wrong throughout the series, I'm sure. I hope somebody can at least correct me. But an interesting matchup as we move forward. Both of these teams suffered losses earlier on. And this is an elimination match. If either of them will lose in this best of 3, that's them no longer able to contend within that particular group. Of course, my name is Yumi. I'll be bringing you through the action as we see it take place. Of course, if you did miss out on the veto process, that is available for you to see online, but I'll read them out for you now. Nemiga removed Train, adwokacik removed Vertigo, both of their insta-bans, so no surprises there. Inferno picked by Nemiga, adwokacik picked Mirage as the second map, with Nuke and Overpass being removed afterwards by Nemiga and adwokacik in turn, leaving Dust 2 as our decider. Neither of these teams has really kind of broken into the limelight recently in terms of great performances. adwokacik definitely on the up and up, but a lot of names that you'll recognize as well, in the fact that you'll see the likes of Spiro, Morals, Caper, names that you should be familiar with within the Polish region, whereas Nemiga, it's very much familiar territory as well. Hachi from, of course, Vega once before. Lollipop Joe and the Box and Robo have been together. It's now quite a few months now since past. We'll see how things play out for them. Nemiga starting on the T side of this first map. And a decent set of utility to take this B bomb site. Spear is the only one here with the kit and smoke for the CT side. And although there's a lot of initial presence made over towards B, not quite a fast-paced round here on the cards for Nemiga. First pick already on through for that T side. Nemiga looking to kind of bait their opponent into a false rotation. An initial presence towards B did start to drag the CTs over towards the other bomb site. But now I think realizing that that may not be the case. Ooh, he was about to hold the angle. Morals instead peeks and loses his life in the process. Caper is at least able to hold on towards apps control, get a kill as he retreats, but he peeks on through. It could have been a potentially crucial post-plant position to have for the retake, but it's instead lost. And Spiro, he was the man trusted to hold the utility, the nade set, and kit for that CT side, but he cannot get into a position to have it see success. It will be the first round for Nemiga. I can't tell if that's you saying hello, Louis, or simply answering the question, but you accomplish both in the same statement. Hello. A good way to start the map if you're Nemiga. This being your pick as well, you should definitely seek to assert a bit of dominance. Keep adwokacik guessing. I've pronounced more along the lines of adwokacik. Thinking about it, but I also think that maybe I have that wrong as well, so let's stick to what is at least easier. See how we fare. Nemiga taking a lot of damage from the force buy here from the CTs, and actually deterred back as a result. The Poles have done well to eliminate a possibility of an opening over towards the B side of the map, and in fact, the CTs have rotated an additional player towards the B bomb site. Nemiga are converging towards middle. The A site looking like the target here. Definitely the weaker of the two bomb sites. Of course, Nemiga won't have that information, but that is not going to be the case for much longer. adwokacik are rotating heavily to try and reinforce and support these players as Nemiga pull the pin on the execute. The smoke to cover the front of the bomb site. Spiro looking for an opportunity around it. A lot of damage done through the edge of the smoke and actually finding a kill. Caper drops the bomb. That's the round now gone. Nemiga can't get this planted, and even if they had the chance to get that bomb into a position, Caper found the secondary kill through the smoke regardless. Nemiga grinding so much time away from the clock, trying to outthink their opponents, outmaneuver them such that they didn't fall into the trap of the pistols, but they don't give themselves enough time to play around that bomb, that timer. And it's the force buy that sees success. Only one player survived in the previous round. Joe burns alive. The Molotov, he tried to sit in between them. There was a small gap that it hadn't spread to, but it spread and he had nowhere left to go. So an inconsequential first kill. No opportunities to trade on the Nemiga side. Bit of damage onto Minio. Moral. The bait and switch is at least successful for one frag. Would like to have potentially gone away with a few more, given just how close he was and just how much of a bonus you can get as a result of getting kills on the shotgun. Nemiga look to throw a couple of smokes over towards that B-bomb site. This set to go over towards coffins. DT spawn is well smoked. Minio gets one just before the smoke blooms, and that leaves a little bit more space for Hades to operate. First kill there. The second, not quite as easy. 10 HP remains on Hades, but Minio swings out wide, switches out to the AK as well, and it's altogether a fairly clean round for the CTs. How quickly things turn around as a result of losing that second round. Nemiga are now in a position where they need to save, such that they can buy up weapons in the following round, and so this is very much a throwaway. They'll of course try and make these pistols effective. It's just not seeming likely. The double nade in through towards bottom banana is perfect. Minio, so much damage on the spam on through. In fact, finding a kill right through it. Fox is low HP. Spamming away with his block. At long range, Spiro. Pinpoint precision. Lollipop's at least able to answer back with a kill of his own, but... Okay, he's actually making this a lot more interesting. Finally, Morals puts an end to his madness. A couple of kills after losing so many teammates early on. Can't complain about that. Now the AWP is out for Spiro. We know how dangerous he can be on this weapon. No counter AWP really for the Nemiga side. They weren't ever going to be in a position to buy up that weapon, given the economic choices they made. Joe, this time not going to make the same mistake. Not going to try and play with fire and burn himself to a crisp, using his smoke to stay alive. But the flash is on through. It's perfect! The double kill there with the MAC-10. And he has pure and full B-site control off the back of it. One singular nade is all that it takes to crack open that B-bomb site like an egg. And Joe capitalizes. That is a decisive way to take your first gun round. After losing out to the pistols in the second round, that is a great momentum builder. You can see adwokacik nowhere near the site. They knew as soon as they lost both of those B-site players as quickly as they did, the round was a write-off. Of course, we saw the MAC-10s innovated quite some time ago, primarily by the likes of Vega Squadron, which of course, Nemiga have one of those players in Hachi. Remember just how caught out everybody was by some of these kind of bonus rounds that Vega used to throw into their strategy book. But even on some full gun rounds, they'd simply use the MAC-10s, rush on through, and obviously because CTs quite often like to skimp out on head armor, they punish them for it. Because SMGs, if you land the headshot, are as effective, if not more so, than the rifles. One-for-one exchanges, they fight aggressively tooth and nail for banana control, but Minio will now give it up. Losing his supporting teammate, he's at least got Spiro to help him lock out this B site. The chicken even muttering sweet nothings into Spiro's ear. Now Nemiga will relocate. Again, pretty similar procedure for them. Taking banana control, then moving back over towards A. A sharp shot there from Hades. The double kill is successful. Caper able to sweep the third into oblivion. And now Lollipop in a 1 versus 2. It will be the 3k clutch to bring it back for Nemiga. Spiro has the cross in towards Pit, so if Lollipop does get too adventurous, he could fall victim to it. Spots him around the edge of the smoke, and Spiro might have just given up the angle at the wrong time. Perfectly found there from Lollipop. Out into the open, though. It's instead Minio that comes away with the kill. And what could have been a grand clutch for Lollipop is instead torn away at the very end. The AWP recovered, the one player alive for the CT side. Nemiga fall short, but they're still able to buy right back into the following round. And I think somebody pointed it out in chat earlier on, but Minio's on 6 assists. So much damage done. He's only on 4 frags, but he's got 136 ADR. And oh, I like this. This is disruptive play. Caper looking to completely catch them off guard. And he does exactly that. Yo, and Robo had no idea that that was a possibility. They didn't even consider it. And that accelerates things rapidly towards A. Lollipop getting that one kill draws some attention away as Box recovers the bomb, and he actually may be able to circumvent the entirety of the CT side here. Lollipop still doing damage, the bomb's still yet to progress, and he can make his way over to B. That bomb site is purely open for the taking, and they won't know it until they deal with Hachi. He's who stands in their path and prevents them from getting information, because as this bomb goes down, they'll still be convinced it's the A site. The question is, do adwokacik contest this? The 2v2 is certainly possible. But I think they realize Caper was in the apartments. He heard, or rather wouldn't have heard any beeping. So now Haji needs to relocate, get into a position to help his teammate in this endeavor, but he catches Caper out on the long rotation. Minio 1 versus 2. The smoke deployed on the bomb to try and get this done. He goes instead for the high ground, going to line things up, gets himself on the defuse, but Haji is able to find the head through the smoke. It is certainly a little bit close for comfort, especially with no tag damage coming through. It's a decisive headshot that seals the round. But that all comes down to just how well Lollipop and Haji did individually in that round. Acting as a distraction, that was a 3v5. That was with Caper getting that double kill to start off that entire round. And Nemiga recover beautifully. All pop on through, isolating the first duel. Minio's still able to come out ahead. Armor on him as well as the deagle. But that the aim punch wasn't a factor in that particular fight. And as well, they couldn't quite be as lethal. The tag on the jumping shot. Not quite how that's supposed to work, but still gonna work regardless. Minio, another frag over towards the top of Banana, and Nemiga may just back themselves away, not wanting to contest this too much further. Hades on the A bomb site with an ult. Could find himself in a backstabbing position. His teammates are looking to try and cover the archways, and Morals catches him off guard. It's these pistols that are coming up big for adwokacik. They stole a round away to start off this game. They may very well do the exact same thing here in round number 8. Lollipop and Box are the only two that will attempt to prevent that kind of a storyline. Smoke CT, the flash as well. Peeking out wide is Minio. He's low HP, but he's found another kill. That's 3 for him in the round so far, and time is running low. Box needs to dial this in. It's the 4K for Minio. Heroics on display. The first kill with the deagle, sure enough. The second, just as well, because he catches both of them out. And every other frag afterwards, that's pure initiative. Pure feel for the game and timings. And you think just how differently that may have gone had Minio maybe not bought head armor. Not sure that the Mac-10 would have, or actually landed the headshot on the peak, but still could have provided a difference maker. Box sharp shooting on the first kill. A lot of damage done towards Morals as well, pushing on through on these pistols to buy a bit more space for Box on the AK. The bait and switch is perfect. Gio knew exactly what he had to do to allow them that secondary frag, and Spear was locked out. The smoke deployed deep CT. The spam as well. adwokacik will give it up. And Robo is still on the lurk. Never mind. I thought maybe he had a chance. Maybe Spear gets caught off guard. It gives him a little sidestep. Nice wide peek to take him out of the round, make sure that he couldn't recover any more weapons. And right now, this is hard to call. Both teams, when they've been on pretty scrappy buys, have been able to overcome the other. Beginning to think, maybe don't buy rifles. You seem to be pretty proficient with these pistols. Round number 10 now underway. Similar buys for both sides. The AWP is what differentiates them. That's in the hands of Hades. Robo has the SG, and that's really come into favor recently because it can contest sometimes up against the big green gun. Robo won't have the opportunity to do so, however. Hades gets his one and done, relocates and repositions on the A site. Timing is absolutely everything. Molotov able to get in towards pit. Hades missing a crucial shot meets his demise. And Nemiga have an open bomb site to plant this. Hades was isolated. Both of his teammates looking to primarily support from the arches. The post-plant smoke as well. Robo able to get one further for the Nemiga side, and this might again be a call to save. Robo is still being disruptive in the back lines, and adwokacik won't like what kind of a position he has on them on this retake. You can see they're very, very conscious of where he could be positioned. And I think at best Robo goes down here. Ooh, Caper, does he peek? The timing. Caper was holding it and he just repositions. He just moves the slightest bit. Robo's able to track him down. That's another weapon that's torn out of the hands of the CTs. And it would be much easier if all of Nemiga were Belarusian. Instead, we've got, of course, an Estonian and a Russian in the mix, so it's a bit hard to categorize them as a national team. It's much easier for adwokacik. Pure Poles. And either way, very much neck and neck between these two sides. As soon as one gets an inch, the other takes an inch right back. This might finally be the backbreaker. Nemiga are able to win this round. There's no economy to bounce back on. It would likely be a save in the following, but even still, we've seen the low economic buys prove to be successful on both sides of the equation. Hades, timely Molotov does burn Hachi and Zhou just a tad. Small singes to the toes. And Nemiga not accelerating just yet. 35 seconds to make this work. We hope to see them launch their offensive slightly earlier on because they ran out of time earlier in this half already. But still, fairly unmoving. Expecting some sort of an aggressive face from the CT side. Hades gets caught out. Spiro now left alone on the bomb site. In particular, lines them up, but unable to knock any of them down. Damage done, but not enough. Nemiga keep all 5 players alive so far. The bomb planted within 10 seconds of the round elapsing. And the last 2 players located at B. Too far and away from the action to make this a contestable round, especially with no kits available. And I'd want to say that it's almost worth chasing these kills down if you're Nemiga. Sure, you're just kind of getting a grip of your own economy, and that is important in its own right. But these rifles now, especially based on the results we've had so far in this game, those rifles provide an X factor and a hope for adwokacik. But they're not buying up around them, which I think is definitely the right call. Caper may be buying a little bit too much. But all in all, the more reserved approach to the round. They've used up a few too many of their wishes. The genie's out. And Morals actually just tries to push all the way through the apartments. Joe catches one out in the middle. Hades, a back and forth trade. They're trying to recover that rifle. It's Caper that looked to traverse and recover that. The Nemiga have won considerable amount of their duels and such that Mineo shouldn't really stand a chance. Once this bomb is planted and about 20 seconds have gone, I would expect Nemiga start to look around for Mineo. Try and track him down. They should be keeping tabs on who should and shouldn't have weapons, and Mineo can hold on to an M4, so he doesn't have to be all that concerned about the investment into the following, because he can afford more utility. The timing for Mineo won't work out. There's the tracking of players by Nemiga. And now adwokacik have to buy right back into things. Great set of kills there from Lollipop. The first one to the rifle are, of course, the more crucial, because had that player kind of gotten that kill, maybe gone away, escaped in towards the T side of apartments as well, he could have been extremely disruptive and essentially could have caught more players out. Bombardment of flames over towards Top Banana, as you would expect. Mineo completely alone, isolated, trapped in at the sandbags. Morals could do nothing but watch his teammate die in enemy lines. And now Nemiga are looking to bait a response. Look towards B. But no movement as of yet. They've got a decent amount of utility to kind of play with the time. And now they accelerate. There was no response from the CT side. They're hoping to catch them out as they progress on through the first mirror. Jumping through the smoke to combine for a couple of frags on the B-bomb site, but Morals can get nothing further. Chase down of Box. Too sharp on the kill. Hades, the smoke has faded. Oh, does he spot the toe? Would have just spotted the foot at the end there. To potentially spam with the AWP, but instead it falls to the Caper. The first shot is sharp, but not able to convert and adjust in time. Hades adjusts to the high ground. USP in hand. Robo does win it back. Even switching to the Glock. Both of the remaining players subjected to pistols. And a big 1v1. And a round where adwokacik maybe shouldn't have been as close as that. It shouldn't have come down to those trades. And maybe if they had kind of continued that approach that they've been carrying for most of this game, maybe saving those weapons could have had some value into this round. But instead, the Deagles and the 5.7s that come through for saving for the final round of the half. Nemiga already secure the half victory with 8. Morals does get the first kill of the round, recovers, and gets his hands on an AK. And you shouldn't expect adwokacik to get too aggressive here. They know Nemiga have been playing the rounds out slowly. Constantly holding for CT side aggression. So for now, the defense will remain as such. Passive angles being held. Doubling up in towards the bomb sites. Hope for Morals' sake, he doesn't get Molotov'd out here, because that would be sad times. Herbo's the only one with that piece of utility. He doesn't really seem to be positioning to throw that nade set just yet. Put it out at new box. It's the spam of Morals that gets one kill. They don't suspect the secondary over towards the new box, and Minio's able to strike. Hachi, it's a bit of an awkward one there from Spiro. He shoots, he jumps, has enough time to reset as Hachi is trapped between so many different angles. He had limited time to make that work. But it's the deagles and the armor that adwokacik get away with it. Again, they can't keep getting away with it. Here's that crucial set of kills there from Minio. Morals played it perfectly. Taking contact, baiting for his teammate to get more frags into the late round. Nemiga have definitely seemed like the stronger side, but on these anti-ecos, there's something different. Definitely not as clean as they would like them to have been, because had so many anti-ecos not kind of flipped on its head, Nemiga could very well run away with this half 11-4. Maybe even 12-3. So many lifelines bought by these half investment rounds from the CT side. Hades flashed off the angle with the AWP. Robo was able to strike with his own. And they now reconvene at B. The early pressure at A has drawn a defender over. This time, there's no bait and switch setup to rely on. Minio is here very much alone. His teammate will try his best to get there in time, provide some support utility. That is Morals with the flash primed, and the timing may just work out. Flashes on through, a bit of pressure as Minio looks for his contact, but Morals, he can't find space to go through. Hachi instead eliminates him. Minio still being a nuisance at this new box position, dancing back and forth between the angles. Again, it's the time that is of utmost importance to Nemiga. Has to plant in the open, and that's a crucial duel. Had Lollipop lost that, that's the round surely gone for Nemiga. Instead, it's Hades in the 1 versus 3. Molotov deployed. Hachi knows exactly where he is, and he makes sure he gets scalped. Another 9-6. We saw it in the second map of our last best of 3. It's same kind of story. Instead, on Inferno for our final best of 3 of the night. Still the first map, of course, but Nemiga won't feel too impressed with how that T side went. Of course, still happy with the advantage, but it could have been so much cleaner. We'll see if those aggressive tendencies and that sharp shooting pays off for adwokacik on the T side of things. So far, the exchanges are not great. The bomb already dropped towards bottom banana, and a long sight line that these CTs can now exploit. Still spreading their defenses thin, however. Minio potentially backstab. Nemiga are calling for mass reinforcements towards that B site, towards that banana position, because they know they have the bomb. But Lollipop is cut off on the rotation. Minio a huge thorn in their side, and he gets another. That's Haji gone as well. They're bringing the numbers advantage back. The Molotov flushes them out into the open, and they deal with dire circumstances in the pistol. The utility was there. The space created by Minio was enough. And that's a round that Nemiga had in the palm of their hand, but it's just slipped on through. Overall, very impressive stuff from Minio. Certainly the standout performer in this game in particular. There's so many impactful frags and big moments. Triple nade. Oh, they're lining up for it. Nemiga not gonna quite find the timing. Damage is good on Minio, but not the secondary player that was right behind him in Spiro. He's only been tickled. 2 HP? That's nothing. All the nades now expended, just relying on the pistols, Scout and SMG of Nemiga to try and pull through. Oh, Morals creeps into the crack ankle of Hachi. He had limited space to work off of, but it's unfortunately a perfect position for Hachi to strike. Now adwokacik move towards B. The fast flank opportunity is there. Joe just needs to get a couple of kills here to run distraction. Box has the chance to strike now. The smoke will definitely be a disadvantage, but he's able to get to the planter, and he finds Minio as well. The snapshot to the second player is fantastic, and Nemiga, this is flashbacks to the first half. They do exactly what adwokacik did on their CT side, right back to their opposition. A taste of their own medicine here in the second half, but this set of frags from Box. The first headshot, fine. The quick flick to Minio, who I thought had him dead to rights. I'm gonna be completely honest here. This game is both exciting and frustrating in the best kind of ways possible. The fact that these pistols are finding so many kills and just being so effective in converting rounds is upsetting, but also exciting. And it seems like this is gonna happen again. adwokacik have a 2-man advantage. The majority of the A-side presence gone. Joe's here with the SMG to maybe get a couple of kills. Caper's the first to fall, but he's traded right back. And yeah. I'm not gonna lie, this is messy Counter-Strike. There's elements of good tactical play there. You can see they both teams understand how to take map control conventionally. They've got the right nade sets. They certainly have practiced and understand what their strategies are for the map. But it's just not exposing yourself to ambitious plays is, I think, where both of these teams fall short, because it's not like I can just write one team off and say, this team's making the mistakes. That's it. Both of them are making the same mistakes. To, on a consistent basis, be losing rounds against pistols and half-buys is not a good look for either of these teams. Lollipop. Nice kill there with the Deagle. We saw the brawl that transpired over towards Banana, but the vast majority of them standard issue pistols on the CT side, so not really too much of a chance. It will just be about saving this weapon over to the next round for Nemiga. Lollipop may very well get away with, because if adwokacik chase him, that's potentially a mistake, because they're just now kind of getting a grip of their economy. You can see they've got a bit of a buffer on these 3 players that are still alive on that T side. And so losing these weapons would mean squandering that small buffer. Throwing it by the wayside. Robo looking for the first opportunity. The first proper full buy versus full buy that we've seen so far in the second half. So he's just a little bit more effective with it. Similar equipment and weaponry for both sides. The only exception to which is Joe on the SMG. Who opted for more utility, especially because he's a B-side player. That many will make. A bait and switch. He draws attention. It leaves Hunchy to strike. Lollipop runs a distraction. He's ran the numbers. He's able to keep himself alive for now with the smoke. Hades looking to make up for his teammates' mistake. Still find a bit of space. Lollipop above the smoke is still doing a lot of damage. The drop of the bomb into the pit as well makes things all the more awkward. Lollipop on 1 HP. Trying to track him down. Spear, ambitious shots through the wall to try and get that kill, but Hades strikes. Big double kill for adwokacik. Space created, but he's been tracked down. Joe looking to create a bit more chaos as Spiro's left in the clutch. Up in hand. Do they know where he's coming from? However, Joe around the boxes. Spiro just out of his sightlines, ducking underneath. Creeping forward. The fast turn from Spiro. 14 seconds left, though. Has to get himself onto this bomb. Get it to the bomb site as fast as possible. And as he goes to do so, Box will shut him down. A fast reaction from Spiro, but it's not enough. Of course, a bit of an economic buffer on adwokacik, so they can still buy into this, but it's a broken one at that. A couple SMGs, a deagle darted in the mix. And another potentially swinging moment. Fast play towards B. They smoke the Molotov. Box preparing. He gets the double kill, the triple, the fourth, easily lined up. Box is on for the ace for Nemiga. In what is a big economic swing, Robo even shuts him down as he jumps away. Through the wall, Spear, there is no escape. And a 12th round for Nemiga's CT side. Finally, adwokacik pushed down to the eco. Nemiga, a clean round like that as well. Puts them in great position. Robo, fast flick to start things off. Against the pistols, it's a little bit overly flashy. But the results are all the same. Still fairly spread out here on that T side, not trying to make use of the bodies to overcome their opposition. In fact, they're setting themselves up for the run boost. The smoke's about to fade, so now's a good time to do it. It's a very Very short run boost. That was anticlimactic. They definitely thought they were going to get more acceleration, but of course that's an upward slope, so harder to make that work. And it's another clean state of affairs for Nemiga. This could be the nail in the coffin. If Nemiga win this round, likely to be a half buy from adwokacik, which I guess I can't technically write off, but then Nemiga up to 14, potentially 15. This is a must-win to keep this competitive, keep this close. Spiro gets the first opening duel. Around the edge of the boxes, it's... rather, the barrels, it's box. Good damage nade in response to Spiro. I think up close to compensate for their lost player. Does leave the A site a little bit more vulnerable. For now, the dust will settle. Morals has to be careful here. Smoke will fade and Lollipop may be able to strike right back. Box gets a little bit over-aggressive towards the bottom side of the map, looking for an advantage right back. Lollipop and Robo both find kills in response. Minio, the timing is perfect. Finds Lollipop with a Molotov in hand, and he can take advantage of this. Start to crunch towards the B bomb site. The split very much on the cards, and Nemiga know it. Robo's trying to get there in time to support Haji, but he may just miss it. Oh, that's unfortunate for Minio. Able to siphon one off just before the backstab could ensue. 2 versus 2 now. Health advantage for Nemiga. But the ult on the retake is hard to make work. Hades brings it to the 1-on-2. Haji, no equipment available. Can't flush Hades out from new box. Timing is everything here. Hades spotted out the shoulder of the stone. First bullet converted. The secondary player has swapped places in towards construction, and Hachi will have no idea. Spiro is ground away so much time off the clock. That is it. Haji can no longer contest the bomb, and although Spiro may go up in lights, so does Haji. Nobody survives the round, but adwokacik still get the round win. Well, I said it was a must-win. They do that much. But now their buy is even worse than it was before. It's at such a cost to the T-side economy. This may actually still work out in favor of Nemiga, who had more in the tank. It was because they lost an early... or a player in the early stages of the round. And the one that just elapsed. And adwokacik were able to trade things successfully and really force Nemiga to make unconventional plays. Lollipop good for the first on the spray down, but unable to convert. It's the double from Robo! They line up. It's a collateral. And suddenly things just change like that. Spiro in a 1 versus 3. He could have had one more teammate alongside him, but now needs to do all of it himself. The smoke will soon fade. Spiro in an off angle can't quite catch out Robo. And now they'll double swing. Fox overcomes his opposition. A trade would have likely been there in Yo. Let the stars align for Robo on the ult. That's how Nemiga get number 14. And adwokacik, what is your response? The half buy is all you can surely hope for. You have to play for the overtime. Give yourself the best chance possible to fight back. And we'll do exactly that. Deagles across the board. Armor on most of them. Minio the only one that didn't invest as heavily. And Haji, just the pure disrespect, pushing through into the apartments, Not this time. The pistols won't see success, and Hudgy's made sure of it. In fact, Hudgy may just a little bit greedy for more frags here. Hades is still making it a little bit expensive. Couple of kills right back. Okay. It's sharp on the second, but now they double swing. And Hades has come to play. The sharpshooting of that man is impeccable, but it's not enough. Definitely seem to thrive in the chaos. Map point. There's, of course, another map on the horizon that will be Mirage, I want to say. I can't say it confidently because I've got the memory of a goldfish. It is Mirage. Nemiga looking to take a decisive set of rounds towards the end of this first map. Oh, the Molotov still burning Robo above the half wall. He thought he got the elevation he needed to avoid the damage, but heat rises, my friend. Still a 1-for-1 exchange at the very least for Nemiga. In what could have been far more disastrous times. Adwokacik still holding on. Joe does have another player behind him. It's the off angle that he hopes will be good for the first kill. Then Box will move into support. Joe unable to do the damage. Unable to find the frag. It's only the tags, and now Box is alone. Has to pull up big here. A couple of kills to be crucial. Minio dropped. Moral trying to track him down. Box has almost done it all. Caper, the left and last man standing for Adwokacik, takes Sanctuary in towards construction, ducking through the smoke, trying to catch one of these Nemiga players isolated by himself. A fast headshot would do it. But they know where he is. He was spotted out, and Lollipop dials it in. The defuse will come through from Nemiga. Fantastic hold from Box at the very end there. Showing that he was not to be trifled with. He wanted to get this over and done with. Move us over to map number 2. That would be Mirage. Of course, that is still to come. I think there's a lot to